Hey buddies, SomeNutzGuy here. Hope you're having an awesome day so far. In this video, we're going to teach you how to beat the cave troll on the solo map, the Goblin Caves, in Dark and Darker.
They have a cave troll.
Just in case you're not sure where the troll spawns, it is in the central room in a chamber down some stairs at the bottom of the central room. That's where the cave troll spawns. I choose the stairs over here because the other one has spiders and a spear trap. You'll see me take my armor off here because that'll increase my movement speed by not having armor, and I'm one shot to the cave troll anyway, so additional armor is not going to help me. I am wearing some random white boots that I found because they increase movement speed as well, and I've got some store-bought leather gloves that you can get for +1 agility. Gives you a slight boost in your attack speed and your movement speed as well. Now, the strat is essentially about keeping the right distance. You'll see there, just then, when he did his shout, which is afterwards he does his main swings, of which there are two forms. There's a lower swing and a higher swing. You can dodge the lower swing by simply jumping over it, and you can dodge the higher swing by ducking under it. The problem that I found is that it's very, very difficult to tell which is which. I've really struggled with that. So my strategy is around distance. You'll see there, after he shouts, I maintain a distance. I get kind of close to him, and then just after the shout ends, I start moving away. Essentially, I want to be within melee range. Here we go, let's look at it again. I want to be within melee range, so he starts his melee swing immediately after the shout, instead of moving forward and then swinging. And this allows me to essentially bait the attack out and then get out of range, so I don't need to jump or duck under it. I can simply bait the attack and then move out of range of it. Now, the core problem that I find, or the main thing where I still have a hiccup, is sometimes he does that lower swing or mid swing. They have to jump or duck. Not after the shout, but he does a little sprint forward, and then he does it, and that's still what catches me out. And it seems the lower swing has a much higher likelihood, and the mid-range swing comes in at maybe a quarter of the time, 1/5 of the time. It seems a lot less frequent. The lower swing is much easier to dodge. Well, it's the same difficulty, but the problem here is that I have now so much muscle memory for the jump dodge, and I haven't quite figured out the best way to identify the mid-range swing, or the upper one that you would then crouch to duck under. So the only times I really fail this now are when he does his sprinting attack, which is not after the shout, and then does the mid-range swing. That's the only thing that really catches me out. The nice thing is that you can go in with pretty much little to no gear. That was really close. Little to no gear. This is a green recurve bow, some random boots that I found that are white just for the extra movement speed, and the 5 gold gloves from the leathersmith. The perks that I've chosen for this are nimble hands, which make you shoot faster, sharpshooter, which is increased headshot damage, ranged weapon expert, which is increased damage with all ranged weapons, and kinesthesia, which is increased movement speed while your bow is drawn. The skills that I've chosen are quick shot and multi-shot. The reason we've taken quick shot and multi-shot is both of these abilities will reload your quiver, so I very rarely need to reload my quiver during this fight. Only a couple of times do I actually need to do that. So I always prioritize the multi-shot first because it has a longer cooldown and higher damage potential. So when I go down to an empty quiver, I'll use the multi-shot. I'll then use all the one remaining arrow in the quiver. Then I'll use my quick shot. Occasionally you'll need to reload through the fight, particularly if you have a lower damage weapon. This is a 34 damage green recurve bow. But I've actually managed to beat the cave troll with just basic gear. Nothing. No boots, no gloves, and the basic 24 damage gray default recurve bow. Now, it took so long that the zone had literally covered most of the fighting arena, and I didn't actually make it out of that one alive because the zone had ticked me so much down during the fight. I was on about a quarter HP, and then I was trying to get up these stairs to get out, and there were spiders, and the zone was trapping me in, and I just couldn't get the door open before the spiders killed me because I had such low health. And that essentially is that. As you can see, a player has come in here and tried to cause me some trouble, and failed to do so. I actually chose a really stupid position in that fight because I went through the doorway So he knew exactly where he needed to be aiming at all times to take the fight. So that was kind of silly of me here. And then I had a bit of a panic and set some campfires and got some healing going because I was so low HP and I didn't want to lose my troll loot. But I'll let the rest of this play out as it's as a fairly decent escape, and you guys are welcome to watch that. Or of course you've gotten the information that you're looking for now. If this was helpful to you, give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more, consider subscribing. And if you got any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I think I went over everything. I don't think I missed anything out. So yeah, hope you have an awesome rest of your day. Take care. Oh yeah, as a side note, I think this room has some loot in it. I think there's a chest that could, a lion chest that could be a picklock chest. There's some ground loot in there, a couple of bits and pieces in there. But then the zone started moving, and I didn't want to chance it with my troll loot, so I figured let's just get the heck out of here. Now, I was in an interesting position in terms of the escape, and the other door might have been better. I'm not 100% sure. You see, I stuck to the wall on the left there because there's a spear trap there that comes out of the right side as you're coming up. So sticking to that left wall, or of course crouching to avoid it would be good. There's also another spear trap there, which I didn't realize and got spear trapped by it. This was definitely a very close escape. Closing doors behind to make sure goblins don't come through, and just trying to be as fast as possible. Obviously putting your weapon away is going to make you faster, so that's a very important factor. And trying to use your eyes so you don't walk on spike traps. Basically, don't walk into every single trap that's around. This guy had just finished up a couple of fights and got away in that portal. And there was a couple of nice bodies here for me to loot. Another one with a campfire, which we set because we were pretty low HP and kind of scared. So we got that going. And then we just grabbed some loot off these guys, and happy days. The dark grows darker.
SomeNutzGuy. Grab gaming by the nuts.